Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. This is a B1 level business English lesson. Today we're going to be talking about making decisions related to business travel using the words will and won't. Right, so what decisions do you need to make before you travel? We have one vocabulary word here. A red-eye flight is a flight that travels through the night. So do you usually fly business class or economy? Do you usually fly on low-budget airlines or expensive airlines? Will you pay more money for a direct flight? Do you like to take red-eye flights? Do you usually pack light, as little as possible, or overpack, pack too much? Do you prefer to have a full schedule or to have an open and flexible schedule when you travel? Now we'll talk about some of the decisions you need to make when you are traveling. Do you prefer to take public transportation, taxis, or ride-sharing services? Where do you like to stay when you travel, and where do you like to eat when you travel? And these are some questions you can answer in the comments in order to generate some conversation. Have you ever traveled for business? When was the last time you traveled? Where did you go? Where did you stay? How did you select your flight? And when was the last time you were at an airport? Now you're going to complete each sentence describing an experience at the airport. You can pause the video and try these on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. So when you arrive at the airport, make sure that you are in the correct terminal. Then you can go to the checkout counter or check in at a kiosk. You should give the airline representative any baggage that you are not planning to carry with you. I think passengers can only take one carry-on item on the plane. Then the airline representative will give you your boarding pass and tell you to go through security to gate B15. Your flight will begin boarding at 4:20 p.m. I hope there is no delay and you depart on schedule. Unfortunately, your flight is indirect, so there is a 2-hour layover in Paris. Oops. Oops, having trouble with this. Because you're traveling to a different country, you will need to complete some forms and go through customs. Then you can go to the baggage claim and find your luggage. I hope it wasn't lost in Paris. There will be someone to meet you in the arrivals area. He will have a sign with your name on it. Alright, Daria's at the airport, so now you're going to listen to the airport announcements that she hears and then complete the sentences.
Good morning. This is the pre-boarding announcement for flight BA415 to London. We're now inviting those passengers with small children and any passengers requiring special assistance to begin boarding at this time. Please have your boarding pass and identification ready. This is the final boarding call for passengers Daniel and Gina Davis, booked on flight UA32 to Los Angeles. Please proceed to gate A7 immediately. I repeat, this is the final boarding call for Daniel and Gina Davis.
Right, so announcement one, this is the pre-boarding announcement for flight BA 415 to London. Passengers with small children and any passengers requiring special assistance can begin boarding. Passengers need their identification and a boarding pass to board the plane. This is the final boarding call for flight UA 32 to Los Angeles. Daniel and Gina should go to gate A7 immediately. So, what is Daria most likely doing when she hears each of these announcements? Probably either waiting or getting ready to walk toward the gate. So Daria is at the airport. We're going to listen to some additional airport announcements and then complete the sentences.
Hello and welcome aboard Flight SA-38 with service from Tokyo to Singapore. We're preparing for liftoff in just a few minutes. We ask that you please fasten your seatbelts at this time and secure all baggage under your seat or in the overhead compartments. We also ask that your seats and table trays are in the upright position for takeoff. Please turn off all personal devices. Thank you for choosing Seaview Airlines. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
Alright, so flight SA-38 is traveling to Singapore. The flight will depart in a few minutes. All passengers should secure all baggage under the seats or in the overhead compartments. And passengers should put their seats and tray tables in the upright position and turn off all personal devices. Alright, so Daria speaks with some people in the airport. Listen to her conversations and predict who she is speaking with.
And what can I get for you? Peanuts or pretzels?
I'll take peanuts.
And what would you like to drink?
I'll have a sparkling water.
Unfortunately, the flight has been delayed for 4 hours.
Oh, no, I need to get to Los Angeles tonight.
If you'd like, I can transfer you to another flight with a transfer in Houston. It arrives in Los Angeles at 6 p.m.
Is that the only other option?
Yes, I apologize for the inconvenience.
All right, I guess I'll do that.
Please let me see your boarding pass and I'll make the change for you right away.
I noticed the Tech Pro logo on your shirt. Do you work there?
Yes, I do.
My son works there as well. Kevin Jones. Do you know him?
Yes, he's on my team. It's such a small world.
I'll let him know that I met you.
Okay, so those were in the order that they appear. The first one was the flight attendant asking what she would like to eat and drink. The second one was the airline representative helping her to rebook a flight. And the third was the passenger commenting on her shirt and asking if she knew his son. Alright, so we're going to look at part of each dialogue, and then you'll want to circle the times that the future simple with will is used. So I'll take peanuts. I'll have sparkling water. I'll do that. It will make. And I'll let him know. So we use will and won't for decisions made at the time of speaking. Daria is at her gate waiting for her flight when she hears the following announcements. Match Daria's response with each announcement. So attention passengers on Bluebird Air flight CA853 to Singapore. The departure gate has been changed. The flight is now leaving from gate B2. So she probably would say, I'll turn around and start walking to the new gate. Flight CA8639 to Singapore, departing from gate B2, has been delayed until 4:30 p.m. So here that would be letter C. I have some extra time, so I guess I'll go to get something to eat. This is an announcement for passengers on flight CA853 to Singapore. The flight has been overbooked. We are looking for passengers who will take a later flight in exchange for a travel voucher worth $200. Any interested passenger, please see the gate agent at gate B2. So that would be B. I hope that someone will take that offer. I don't want any more delays. And then flight CA8539 is now boarding at gate B2. Passengers, please make your way to the gate to begin boarding. So, okay, I'll send this email, then I'll line up to board. So before and during Daria's trip, she needs to make some decision. Let's complete Daria's thoughts with be going to or will. Remember, we use be plus going to plus a verb for plans and will for decisions made at the moment. So go ahead and try these on your own, and then you can restart when you're ready to check your answers. Okay, the day before her trip, Daria discusses her schedule with her boss. She explains, on Monday morning, I am going to meet with Jordan Grayson from Diamond Inc. It's the night before her trip and Daria is packing and preparing. She thinks the flight leaves at 9 a.m. and Dan is going to pick me up at 7 a.m. So I guess I'll set my alarm for 6 a.m. Daria is looking for the bus that will take her to the hotel, but she can't find it. She decides, I guess I'll take a taxi instead. Daria just checked into the hotel and she is quite hungry. She asks the receptionist to recommend a restaurant nearby. The restaurant says, I'll be right back. I'll get you a list of local restaurants. Now practice the future tenses. Complete each sentence with be going to or will. So what are you planning to do on your business trip? So we are going to attend a sales conference and meet with several potential clients. Have you decided which flight to take? Yes, we are going to take the red eye on Tuesday night. We booked it last night. Oh no, I can't find my passport. I will help you. When was the last time you remember having it? Let's meet in the baggage claim area when you arrive. Okay, I'll wait for you there. The flight has been canceled. Oh no, I need to get there by this afternoon. I'll see if there's a train that leaves soon. So Marco is taking a business trip, and below is a list of his expenses. In your opinion, for which ones should his company reimburse him? And reimburse is a verb meaning to pay, repay a person who spent or lost money. Expense is a noun, the cost required for something or the money spent on something. So the airfare to Berlin, yes, they should probably reimburse him for that. Taxi from the airport to the hotel. That was a maybe. Since he had the option to take public transport, they might not pay for the whole amount of the taxi. Hotel for 2 nights. Yes, they should reimburse him. Lunch for 2 nights. Dinner with clients. Drink with clients. Room service dessert. Probably not that one. A train ticket to a nearby town that he wanted to visit. No, the company would not reimburse him. An umbrella. No. Dry cleaning and laundry. No. Now, many companies have a travel policy. Read the questions and then read WorkHub's travel policy and to find the answers. Reasonable is an adjective meaning with good reason. So how much time do employees have to submit their expense reports, and who needs to approve an expenses report? So WorkHub travel policy. WorkHub expects employees to carefully manage travel and entertainment expenses and reimburse them for reasonable business expenses. To be reimbursed for their expenses, employees must complete an expense report and submit receipts within 30 days of their return. So they have 30 days to submit their expense reports. Managers must approve all expense reports. So that would be managers. Our travel agency, Travel Easy, is responsible for booking flights. Requests for nonstop service, certain airlines or airports are not accepted unless the price is within 5% of the lowest available price. Business travelers must fly economy class. The employee can choose to upgrade at their own expense. Does WorkHub reimburse for personal calls home or sporting events? And how much can an employee spend on a meal? So our travel agency, Travel Easy, is responsible for booking hotel accommodation. The agency is responsible for selecting comfortable but cost-effective places to stay. WorkHub reimburses the business use of a mobile phone. WorkHub will also reimburse for personal calls homes up to 30 minutes a day. So they will. So the answer to this one is yes. They'll reimburse personal calls up to 30 minutes a day. The employee is given a $50 daily allowance to spend on meals, including tips. The employee can spend more when paying for a client's meal. So this could be $50. How much can they spend? WorkHub will reimburse for reasonable entertainment, sporting events, theater if there is a business purpose. The employee will need to explain the purpose. So they'll reimburse for sporting events if there is a business purpose. So pretend you're a manager at WorkHub and one of your employees has some problems on his business trip. Offer to help fix his problems using will. So here's an example. My company credit card isn't working. Don't worry, just use your personal credit card and keep all your receipts. I will reimburse you. This morning at the conference, I met the CEO of Cloudlight. He invited me to dinner tomorrow night. I think this is a big opportunity for WorkHub, and I shouldn't miss it. The problem is that I fly back tomorrow at noon. So you could say something like, I will call the travel agency and reschedule your flight. My flight was delayed, and it seems like I will miss the conference unless I pay to be switched to another flight. It's $200. So I will spend the $200 in order to make it to the conference on time. Here's some more vocabulary practice. So a change to a better seat or level of service is an upgrade. Given to a person to show that they paid for something is a receipt. A form used to track business spending would be an expense report. The price you pay for a flight, that would be your fare. The plans you make before going on a trip would be travel arrangements. A room or place to stay for a temporary period would be accommodation. An amount of money given to a person to replace the money they spent is a reimbursement. A person who travels very often is a frequent flyer. And a reason for doing something that helps a business purpose. So will can also be used to make predictions about the future. So read the opinions of Fatima and Jin about the future of business travel. Do you agree or disagree? And what do you think will happen to business travel in the future? And again, you can leave your ideas in the comments. So Fatima says, nowadays we can save so much time and money with virtual meetings, and I feel that they are just as useful as meeting in person. I think that in the future, video conferencing will continue to improve and become more common, and fewer people will travel for business. Jin says, nothing can replace the value of face-to-face communication. I think traveling will become cheaper and easier in the future, and I think that business professionals will do it more frequently. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Please like, subscribe, share, leave comments, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.